Well, here we are, everybody. We are starting off today with the first time ever I'm covering the EXO storyline. And the interesting thing is, this is what's always different. Just like when we did the the BTS universe, that story, I'm not going to be looking at this from a musical side. We are covering the story. So it's going to be pretty different. So before I do that, I do want to exclaim. I have been known to do a lot of writing. I've actually had a continuous story that I've basically been writing since about 14 years old. So that is over 20 years. I like to write. I'm actually huge into writing. I actually hope one day I can get some books published. That has always been my dream, is to be a published author. Although technically speaking, I do have something published. But that's another story. So I'm going to be looking at this, instead of with the musical mind, I'm going to be taking that off and putting on the creative writing mind as best as I can. Now, I'm not like college educated on this stuff. It's just something I do as a hobby and really like to do. And somebody who has been reading Lord of the Rings 3 or 4 times a year since I found out that they existed, basically. So we're going to take everything that I have learned in terms of story writing and reading in general and applying that to the EXOVERSE. And now that I know what I'm looking for as well, this should make things a little bit smoother. I actually still feel bad about the BU because I was really, really bad at that. So anyway, we are starting off with What is Love? Then we are doing History, and then Mama. That is the way that I've been told. So, let's start it. This is getting a brand new playlist as well, although it will go on to the old EXO playlist as well.
Girl, I can't explain what I feel.
느껴지게 만들지 너만 있으면 영화 속의 주인공 널 보려 달려가는 액션씬이라도 찍을 것처럼 난 마치 영웅이 된 것처럼 넌 내게 완벽 상상해보았어 함께라면 어떨까 yeah. 난 너만 괜찮다고 말해주면 모두 완벽해 Oh baby I lost my mind 내게 말해줘 이게 사랑이라면 매일 그대와 수많은 감정들을 나눠주고 배워가며 싸우고 울고 안아주고 내게 말해줘 이게 사랑이라면 세상 남자들 모두 날 부러워해 너를 가진 내가 질투나 죽겠나봐 해가 가고 달이 가도 절대 안 변해 난 보기보다 우직하게 믿을 남자라는 걸 넌 알게 될 테니까 I don't know why 절대적인 이 감정을 내가 생각조차 했을까 내 곁에 있을 때 난 점점 대단한 남자가 되고 빛나는 걸
This is clearly world building.
수많은 감정들을 나눠주고 배워가며 싸우고 울고 안아주고 내게 말해줘 이게 사랑이라면 간절히 바라고 바란다면 이루어질까 동화 얘기처럼 영원한 둘만의 해피엔딩 Happily ever after 나만은 널 믿어주고 지켜주고 달래줄게 네 편이 될게 네 곁에서 절대 안 떠나
is so crazy.
싸우고 울고 안아주고 내게 말해줘 이게 사랑이라면 세상 남자들 모두 날 부러워해 너를 가진 내가 질투나 죽겠나봐 My baby 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 널 알아보는 것 이게 사랑인 걸까 아이처럼 널 자주 웃게 만들고 친구처럼 널 가장 편하게 만들 거야 My baby 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 말해줘 내게 원했어
Sometimes I forget how many members there were back in the EXO days. Interesting. So, there's not really I'm going at this at a whole different thing, so I'm not listening to the music as, well, I am, but, like, I'm not looking out for the music stuff. I'm actually looking out more for, like, visual cues and, signs that they're giving us. And the interesting thing is there's not a ton to go off of. So this is just kind of what I'm piecing together from this particular music video. So there's three things that kind of stand out to me. One is the stone that kind of has some sort of symbology. I don't know if this is what gives them powers yet, or if this is perhaps like some sort of prophecy, or if they have to make a relic. That's the first thing that caught my eye. The second is the eclipse. Now, the eclipse can be a couple of things, right? It could be like a Superman situation where the world is getting destroyed, so they have to leave their planet and go to another one in order to ensure safety. The other thing that could be, too, is I kind of lean more towards the first part, but this is also what is known as, I guess, the Red Force, destroying their home planet, and now they kind of want to be able to find a way to fight against it, and that's why we see so much of the fighting and stuff like that, and them training and whatnot. The other thing that caught my interest, and that is this book right here. I have to do this mirror-wise. Right here. The reason why is that this, to me, probably tells me one of two things. One, this is like some sort of research that has discovered that there is something that is going to be happening to the planet, or discovery of the Red Force, and he is the one who stumbled on it. Or the second thing is that this is like a form of prophecy. That is going to be my guess. And again, I don't really have a ton of information right off the bat other than this. So we're going to move forward, and I'm going to allow myself to have the ability to change my mind as information is provided. All right, let's move on to the next one. Next that I'm told is history, and then after this we'll be doing Mama. So that's going to be the setup for today. So history, let's check this out, shall we? Make sure everything is in order. Okay, we're in the days of 720. That's beautiful.
Listen, 느낄 수 있니? 내 심장이 뛰지를 않아. My heartbeat 내 맘에 울어도 보고 소리 질러 외쳐도 봤어. My pain make me 그 앞에 아직 남과 북 끝이 나지 않는 전쟁 scene. 물러나는 태양의 절망 멀리 돌고 돌아서 다시 시작하는 곳에 다 왔어. 우리 두성이지만 행복하며 강해질 수 있는 나. 저 태양처럼도 태양하나란 걸 아는 나. 모두 함께 가는 의미로 아니죠. When you want me 지구란 이별에서 every day 내가 만든 history. Break it 욕망의 반칙 Move it 파괴라 미덕 너무 shake it like that Magic 시간이 가면 또
How interesting.
제발 사랑해 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 좋아도올수록 완벽하잖아 모든 슬픔이 기쁨이 여기에 나와 너는 한 생명이야 우리가 원래 하나로 태어났던 순간 갈수록 숨어적인 이슬과 만난 순간 점점점 멀어져가 점점 둘로 깨져버린 채 힘을 잃어버린 태양 갈수록 더 간절했던 꿈의 세계 다시 마주하는 순간 내 가슴이 뛴다 마구 뛴다 Yeah, XOM, XOK 우리가 시작하는 미래 히스토리 내 심장의 태양에 끝없이 우린 하나로 강해지고 있어
Okay. All right. There's a couple things that I feel like. One is the absolute difference in the planet itself. This right here is a very telling story. Lots of like stone and rubble and smoke, and you know, I think a lot of people could see this as like snow falling, right? It almost feels like this would be more like ash. And I think the interesting thing is too is that the choreography tells a little bit about it as well. Like the movement of the hands and the pants like that almost kind of feels like that it's like a really strong wind blowing. So I think that that's an interesting little thing. But one thing that is really interesting, I'm glad I have some really kind of like really locked in headphones, because as much as I'm not using sound to like create the story, in this music video is the sound of the wind. Now, this is going to be really nerdy and I apologize in advance, but the thing that's interesting is that the sound sample that they use for the wind, I remember at one point was either originally named either Desert Wind or Desolate Wind, and it's actually one that has been used a lot in cinema and in just everything. And the idea behind it is that this is the song that you played when it was either desolate or it was a desert. But yeah, this looks like that sound, first and foremost, definitely generally comes from when things are desolate or a desert or something like that. So a little audio clue right there for you. A bit of an interesting take right there, honestly. So I feel like that, to me, that must mean that this is, from what I can observe, it seems like that, yes, the planet is in the midst of being destroyed. And I'm still trying to decide whether or not if this particular piece is like a spaceship or if it is like a safe haven building in which you can survive the storms. That is the first thing that I kind of gathered and felt like that's what it was. And I mean, at the beginning too, like we see this, so that must be the explosion of the planet. This must be what's left, right? So maybe this is the asteroid that they take to go to the other planet. That is kind of what I'm thinking here. Interesting. Yeah, okay. So planet has been destroyed. So I don't know exactly how that ties in with the three things that stood out, but if this is anything that should be a Chekhov's gun, which means in storyline that should show up and shown some sort of idea behind the relic, the eclipse, and also the research, or almost like scripture, you know. That's kind of the three things that I expect to see as a Chekhov's gun later in the story. So anyway, let's wrap this up with the last one. And here we are. This is the one that I was told is actually the first in the entire series, and the other two were kind of like prequels. So yeah, anyway, here comes Mama. I actually really like this song. It's so sick.
Won the legend.
Oh.
When the skies and the grounds were one the legends, through their 12 forces, nurtured the tree of life.
Okay.
An eye of red force created the evil which coveted the heart of tree of life, and the heart slowly grew dry. To attend and embrace the heart of tree of life, the legends hereby divide the tree in half and hide each side. Hence, time is overturned and space turns askew. The 12 forces divide into two and create two suns that look alike, into two worlds that seem alike. The legends travel apart. The legends shall now see the same sky but shall stand on different grounds.
So is that the research that was in the book then, right? This is what they had found on the planet, was this.
Shall stand on the same ground but shall see different skies. The day the grounds beget a single file before one sky. In two worlds that seem alike, the legends will greet each other. The day the red force is purified and the 12 forces reunite into one perfect root. A new world shall open up.
Okay.
Careless, shook anonymous, motherless, no one will care about me. 잃어버린 채 외면하는 것 같아. 참을 수밖에 없어. 눈을 감지마.
Someone has the ability to teleport, some has fire. Got it.
언젠가부터 우리 스며타가 오게 자발적으로 갇혀 영과 일로 만든 이 그런 인격을 만져 여긴 생명도 감정도 따뜻함도 없고 원어 쓰레기만 아닌 거는 삭막한 돌파 날이 갈수록 외로움만 더해져 우리가 인간일 수밖에 없는 걸 상처받는 걸
screamy. The screamy. So ahead of the time.
삶의 허락된 축복받은 날들을 감사하고 매일 새로운 인연들을 만들고 깨져버린 마음에 보다 깊은 사랑을 모두 함께 웃을 수 있다면 우린 더 이상 눈을 마주하지 않을까 소통하지 않을까
Ability to transform. Our duality. Okay. Very interesting. Okay. This, to me, is proper setup. We have been having 3 songs. All of them are definitely more on the, I would say, world building feeling. So this is a couple of things for me. This is one, we get the introduction to their powers, their abilities, but I think obviously the biggest thing is here at the very beginning we get this narration. So I'm guessing that the universe or whatever superior power, supreme, whatever you want to call it, appoints them to be the protector of the tree of life.
To attend and embrace the heart of Tree of Life, the legends hereby divide the tree in half and hide each son's askew. The 12 forces divide into 2.
Yeah, see, this is the symbol that was on the rock.
And create 2 suns that look alike into 2 worlds that seem alike. The legends.
Yeah, and this whole thing, I think, is definitely, yeah. This is them being told they're protectors, and then they're kind of discovering their powers and getting the band back together, because I assume that after they left the planet, that maybe they got scattered a little bit. The one, obviously with teleportation, probably gathering everybody up. So, all in all, destruction of the planet, flying off the planet, then they are being set up to become the protectors of the world tree, or the tree of life. So, okay, that's a good base. That's a good base, I think. Oh, look, right there. He's also... So, I'm assuming good guys carry this logo. Perfect. So, that means that the rock has now been in play. And I would assume that means the book is in play now as well. So, that's 2 of the 3 things that were part of the Chekhov's gun that I was expecting. I guess the only thing that needs to be explained is, if there is any explanation for the eclipse, I'm just going to kind of assume that was just the red force. So, yeah, this is actually very classically well set up. Like, you have a little bit of time to set the world up. You have to explain kind of like the basics and the fundamentals, and then allow the characters to exist inside of this world of which you've created. Very, very simple. You know what? The nice thing is, too, is that it's not overly complex. It's not overly complicated. It's just world destroyed. You're the protectors of the tree of life. Bingo, bingo. Perfect. Anyway, yeah, that makes sense. So I did also want to say, I will be including some of the comeback teasers in this as well. So I think we're going to start getting into this a little bit deeper. Probably tomorrow. I'm going to assume that the story starts really picking up. good base here, good setup for a story. So anyway, let me know what y'all think, and no spoiling, but if you let me know what you think. Am I close? Am I not close? I'd like to know. Anyway, thank you all so much, and we will see you in the next episode tomorrow. Anyway, the EXOVERSE episode 2 tomorrow. Anyway, thank you all so much. We'll see you in the next video. Bye, Victus.